When we first begin to meditate, we will notice there's a whole range of reasons that we are unable to kind of continue. Some of these reasons are real, and some of these reasons are just our mind playing a trick. So, for example, when we first begin, you may find that you have painful sensations because you're not used to sitting. So, if we remember three things: stillness of body, silence of mind, and spaciousness of awareness. These three aspects of mindfulness or meditation help us cultivate that experience. So when we first begin, sometimes we find that when we sit for a while, body begins to ache, we begin to get sharp pains, and the first thing to do when something like that happens is to reduce the pain. It's okay, move a little bit, reduce the pain. But you can use the circumstances of painful sensations or unpleasant sensations as a laboratory for you to notice the nature of the sensations, the location of the sensations, the changing of the sensations. So you use that circumstance in order to develop your awareness of sensations. Other barriers that come across is, am I doing it right? Is this what's supposed to happen? Nothing is happening with me. All these thoughts that come up, once again, we use it as an opportunity to notice how our sense of self, our ego, tries to give us reasons not to continue. Because the very idea of being present means that we are disidentifying with the content of our mind. And the content of our mind, our identification with our mind, is really our sense of ego, our sense of self. Other barriers that come up are falling asleep, feeling drowsy, feeling bored. There's a whole range of different circumstances that will become little barriers that kind of inhibit our practices. And the key approach is attitude. If we look at all of these circumstances, all of these barriers as opportunities for us to learn something about that experience, then we can make great progress and very quickly. But it is essential that we have a good teacher. Meditation cannot be taught by someone who's done a few weeks or a year's practice and then they're teaching someone else. Really, this needs to be done and be taught by someone who has at least 10, 15 years of personal experience. Because ultimately, mindfulness and meditation is taking you into the realms of consciousness, which, unless you yourself have experiences, actually is unethical to open a door into the spaces of consciousness within people, alter their states of consciousness, not necessarily knowing what is going to come out of it. So it is absolutely critical that meditation is taught or learned from someone who has lineage. So who did they learn from? And the person or people that they learned from, who did they learn from? Lineage. Just like a flame lights another flame, it is essential to have lineage in meditation, in mindfulness, in this practice, and allowing this wisdom to be transmitted from generation to generation. The second thing is that the individual must have personal practice of at least 10 to 15 years and a disciplined life. Mindfulness can also, the person's demeanor, their self-acceptance, all of these are indicators of the individual's own stance in their practice. So meditation is easy to learn, but knowing the experiences of altered states of consciousness is a very essential element to walk this path within yourself.